Hi Mud Puddles, welcome back. If you've been here before, welcome in. If you're new, today we are going to be working on a pattern for this super cute manatee. I love them and their little noses. Is pretty simple, only single crochet increase and decreases, and the only sewing is sewing his flippers on. So let's get started. What you'll need for this is some gray yarn. I'm using just I think a Red Heart Super Saver in gray with a 3.5mm hook, and of course some safety eyes, needle, marker, and scissors. So to start, we are going to do a magic circle with 6 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And round 2 is going to be increase in every stitch around, which will give us that end round count of 12. And for rounds 3 and 4, we're going to single crochet in every stitch, and this is what is creating his little nose. Nose, snout, either way. His grass-eating utensil. And for round 5, this is where we start to get his brow bone, forehead. So we're going to increase for 6 stitches. So 2 single crochets in each stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we're going to single crochet in the last 6 stitches. Three, 4, 5, and 6, and that should give us an end row count of 18 stitches. For round 6, we're going to single crochet 1 and increase 6 times. So single crochet, increase, mat sliding around, for 1, single, and increase is 2, single, increase for 3, single crochet, increase for 4, single, and increase for 5. There's a little tiny bit of cardboard on my yarn. Single and increase for 6. And then again, just single crochet in those last 6 stitches. 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then for round 7, we're going to single crochet 2 and increase, again repeating that for 6 times. 2, and now for rounds 8, 9, and 10, we're going to single crochet in every stitch around. around 10. This is where the forehead will start to kind of curve and show you that he's going to be more flat on the bottom and have his forehead up here. So after round 10, we can insert the eyes. They'll go between rounds 6 and 7 on either side of his nose. Again, you can kind of, this one looks a little weird. You can kind of see that he has more of a flatter bottom, so we'll put his eyes on either side up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So about right here. And then they're going to be 9 stitches apart. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So put one here. And then before we put the backs on, we'll admire his adorable face. And then secure those when we like the placement. Okay, now that we've got our eyeballs in, round 11, we're going to single crochet 8 and then decrease. This is going to start to give him more of that taper. 2, 3, and last decrease. And then for round 12, we're going to single crochet all the way around. And then for round 13, single crochet 7 and decrease. 2, 3, decrease. And then for rounds 14 and 15, we're going to single crochet in every stitch around. And 15. So for round 16, we're going to single crochet 6 and then decrease. 1, 2, 3, and decrease. And then for rounds 17, 18, and 19, so for 3 rows, I'm going to single crochet around. And for round 20, we're going to single crochet 5 and decrease. So 1, 2, and then for rounds 21, 22, and 23, you're going to single crochet around. And after this round, if you haven't already, is a good place to start stuffing. I am using some leftover tiny threads as stuffing. You do want to try and make sure you get some in the very tip of his nose. So, and then for round 24, we're going to single crochet and decrease around. Decrease. And then round 25 will be single crochet around. And this will be the start of the manatee's tail, which will not be stuffed going forward. So stuff that last little bit as full That's quite a fuzzy scrap. As full as you can. And then we won't need any more stuffing than that. So then for round 26, we are going to single crochet 1 and then increase around. And increase. And then for round 27, we're going to single crochet 2 and increase. 1, 2 and increase. And then for round 28, we're going to single crochet 3 and increase. 1, and then for rounds 29 to 31, we're going to single crochet around. And then for round 32, we're going to single crochet and then decrease around. So single and decrease. 1 and decrease. And then for round 33, we're going to single crochet in each stitch around. And if you like this pattern, if you like manatees in general or cool crochet videos, be sure to like this video and subscribe as we slowly make more animals. And if there's one you'd specifically like to see, be sure to leave a comment and I will work on it. And then for round 34, we are going to decrease in every stitch around. Decrease, and then finally for round 35, we are going to continue by decreasing in every stitch one more time. And this should leave us 5 stitches at the end, which we will just sew closed. I'm going to slip stitch, chain 2, grab my scissors, and cut a little bit of extra again to sew that last little hole closed, which we'll do at the very end. And if your tail looks kind of like a mess, just find, about where this should be, and if you kind of pull it and push in on the underside, it'll help create that cup-shaped tail. But now let's make his fins. Or I guess flippers would be the more appropriate term for a manatee. So again, we're going to start with a magic circle and single crochet 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Pull that closed. And then we're going to increase in every stitch around. And last one, this will give us 12. My goodness, 12 stitches in the round. And then for rounds 3 through 8, it's about 5 rounds, we are going to single crochet in each stitch. Nice, easy little flipper. And then after single crochets in round 8, we are going to single crochet through both sides of the flipper across the top. This makes sewing it on so much easier. So you see we have these stitches all the way around, so we're going to stick our hook in the next one, and then this is a little difficult. Try to bend it back so you are sticking it also in the stitch that you had just previously finished. So then when you line them up, there will be 6 pairs. So after that first one's pretty easy, just in the next stitch and the next previous one all the way across the top, and just single crochet those together. So you're treating both previous stitches like one loop. And then in the last one, and then we'll chain 2 and cut with enough thread for easy sewing. Pull that through and then tighten the knot down just like that. And we have our flipper. So let me make a second one and we'll be right back to sew them on. Okay, now that we've got our fins, let's start with sewing up the tail on the back of this manatee. So I'm just going in under the stitch and pulling through a little bit, and then similar to a magic circle, once I put this string through all of the last loops, we're going to pull it tight and then weave it in a little bit. Put it up under some stitches here, and then I like to tie a little knot so it makes it less likely to unweave itself or come undone in any other type of way. And then we'll stick it back in that same stitch, down a couple rows. Make sure the knot's pulled in there, and then cut the excess yarn. We'll probably save for stuffing for another project. And then for the fins, thread this one on here. We are going to put them about right here, about 4 rows back from the last little bit of the eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can hold it up, of course, and put the pins in it if that's your style, so you can make sure it sews on well. But I like to go around the row, in through one of the stitches in the top, and then we'll just go back in that same exit spot and under the next row and in the next stitch. So again, in that exit row. And because we want these to kind of be even with the body, they're going to go down a little bit with the stitches, just like that. But we don't want it to slope horribly, so gotta even it out. Just where Sewing amigurumi parts on can get a little crazy sometimes. And then after sticking it through that last loop, I'll stick it back in the same one, and similar to the tail, pull it out of a random spot and thread it through a couple of rows, tie a little knot, just like that, and then back in the same stitch, up a little rows, anyway, up a few rows, and then cut off that excess. And then we will do the same with the other fin on the other side. So we are going to line it up. You can also follow the row to the other side, but otherwise about 4 back. And then if my hands cooperate, make sure they're even. And sew them on. That way this wonderful manatee can slowly propel himself as he drifts among the seagrass or snacks. If you make a lot of amigurumi or plushies, I do recommend getting one of these needles that's slightly bent at the end. It definitely makes it easier. And then out, and weaving it in a few stitches. Tie in a knot. Hiding that knot in the end. Boop. Cut off the extra, and there we have the most adorable manatee you've ever seen. I hope you enjoyed making this. Again, be sure to subscribe for the next one, like if you like manatees or crochet in general, and comment what you think the next pattern should be. But otherwise, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.